Well, today's the day. Today we're cutting down all of this dappled willow. Why? Check out my last video where I talk about the truth about dappled willow and you can see exactly how it got to this point. What we're going to do is called coppicing. And what that means is literally cutting a tree or shrub all the way down to the ground. And what that does is it encourages and promotes new growth. So that's our hope with the dappled willow, is we cut it down to the ground and then it starts regenerating, regrowing, and it'll start looking like a gorgeous living shrub all over again. And pretty soon we'll have our beautiful wall of dappled willow. Let's get started. Coppicing is a must if your dappled willow has become overgrown like ours has. It's also a way to keep your shrub within bounds if you have it planted, say, in a smaller space, or you just want to have a smaller size plant. It's best done in late winter or very early spring like now, while the plant is dormant. If you see small buds on it, that's okay, but try to get it while the plant's dormant. Coppicing can be done every year or every few years. However, wait until your shrubs are well established, at least 3 years before using this technique. And that's because dappled willow needs to have a strong root foundation in order for the plant to bounce back. Otherwise, it may not survive the strong cutting like we just did. Remember, our shrubs some are 10 years old. The newest one that we cut all the way back is probably about 7 or 8 years old. The benefits of coppicing include better stem color, vigorous growth, better leaf color, much easier to maintain. It rejuvenates the shrub, birds can build nests again, and the shrub starts over. It literally gets a fresh start. And just in case you think you're going to use power tools, please make sure to read the operator's manuals first. There's a reason down here that there's a warning. They tell you, read the manual. Because this video is about coppicing dappled willow, not coppicing your fingers. Reciprocating. I keep wanting to say recirculating.
Some people call it a sawzall too. It's more
Sawzall?
Sawzall.
Saws.
Sawzall.
Saws. Like you saw something.
Yeah, that's because
Sawzall. Okay. All right. This is what we're going to be using. This is a Ryobi Reciprocating Saw. Some people also call it a Sawzall, which is impossible for me to say, but I just said it, so that's good. And we're hoping we can use this for most of the dappled willow. It does seem like maybe some of the thicker branches on the bottom, we may end up using a chainsaw, so we'll see. This is a Ryobi chainsaw, a mini chainsaw. It's a 10-inch chainsaw, and it is perfect for getting the bottoms of these thick trunks without the need for a big giant chainsaw. So there you go. And just for frame of reference, here's how low we're going, just so you can see. It's pretty low. Let me step back. There you can see how low it is. This is the newest dappled willow shrub we planted just 3 years ago, so all it needed was a light pruning to keep it shaped up. I removed any crossing branches and tiny dead stems, and I cut back any of the extra long stems that were sticking way out. You can see the buds starting to form. Now this is one heck of a log. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here's what's left of our 5 dappled willow shrubs. Although these may look like small tree stumps, before you know it, there's going to be new growth sprouting up, and I cannot wait. We're done, basically. What did we discover? We discovered that we got to clean the fence. That'll be fun. Another day. We discovered that we have a ton of pruning to do of the big trees and branches, and we're going to saw down the rest of these, and you know. We also are noticing where we can fill in other dappled willow with some, I'm just babbling now. So, my final thoughts. This isn't a job I could have done alone. Thankfully, my husband helped me. If I was younger, maybe. Not so sure about the power tools. So if this was a huge project and I didn't know where to turn, I would hire a landscaper for this. One thing I would suggest is make sure that any landscaper you use is familiar with dappled willow. Have he or she watch my video, The Truth About Dappled Willow. Have them watch this video, other videos. Make sure that they kind of understand how dappled willow grows, and also understand that when you're asking them to cut it down, you're not saying cut it down and get rid of it. You're saying cut it down so it can grow back up. So that's the main thing I would suggest. It's a longer project than we thought it would be, but that's just because of all the sawing that we still had to do for the larger limbs and pruning of branches. So I would say we're hopeful that this is going to look good. Stay tuned, subscribe so you don't miss out, because we're getting a spate of warm weather in the next several days, so I'm very excited to see how these start growing. It should be soon. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.